We think leadership is the ability of an individual or a group of people to influence and guide followers or members of an organization, society, or team. Leadership often is an attribute tied to a person's title, seniority, or ranking in a hierarchy. Although leadership has to do with the person's popularity, it also has to do with the way they treated others, the way that the person feels after the speech or the actions that occurred. It affects the person more with the way it changed and affected them. Martin Luther King showed leadership through his speeches and nonviolent protests. He was a key figure in the civil rights movement, advocating for equality and justice for all. His leadership inspired millions and led to significant advancements in the fight against racial discrimination. Rosa Parks showed leadership by refusing to give up her seat on the bus. She stood up for her rights and sparked a movement for equality. She inspired many others to take a stand against injustice. Malcolm X showed leadership by advocating for the rights and empowerment of Black Americans. He was a powerful speaker who encouraged self-determination and fought against racial injustice. His leadership inspired many to take action and seek equality.
Leadership is influence.
Leadership is power.
I think leadership is guidance.
I think leadership is likability.
I think leadership is being bossy.
What is leadership to you?
Leadership to me is being the example, and not only when people are watching, when you know you should do it. So it's just always giving your best, always doing the right thing.
All right, who do you look up to for leadership in the school?
School, I would say I look up to Coach Willie for leadership because he's been in the same places that I want to be. He's played Division I basketball like I aspire to. So that's just one person I look up to. He tell me right from wrong, where I need to get to and what it takes.
Okay. What is leadership to you?
Leadership to me is being someone that leads and not follows.
Who do you look up to for leadership?
People who are successful, not only in business, but also in life with their families.
What is leadership to you?
Leadership to me is taking extreme responsibility. So like anybody who can go into a place, if they're adjacent to it or associated with it, if they can take responsibility for everything that's happening, that's good leadership.
Who do you look up to for leadership?
I don't quite know. It's hard to have extreme responsibility, but people like Mr. Hanks strike me as having extreme responsibility. Everything in this school, they kind of take responsibility for, and I appreciate it.
What is leadership to you?
Someone who leads by example and makes people better.
Who do you look up to for leadership?
Mr. Kyle.
What is leadership to you?
So leadership to me is the influence of other people. Leadership can be it can be accomplished in a number of different ways, and actually a lot of people are leaders, they don't even realize it. But that's really what leadership is. It's kind of influencing other people.
Okay, who do you look up to for leadership?
I've had some really good people I've worked with through the years that have been excellent leaders. Former principals, for example, Dr. Brent Bedreen, Whitney Martin, Dr. Dawson, Coach Rankins, I learned a lot from as well. Had some outstanding coaches I've worked with, and all of those I've pulled some different things that have helped me with leadership style.
What is leadership to you?
I think leadership is the ability to get people, a team, to do what you want them to do what needs to be done, and keep the team together. And some people have that ability, and some people do not.
Who do you look up to for leadership?
I am lucky enough to have some awesome leaders that work at this school, whether it be Coach McCarty, Mr. Hanks. Lots of these coaches on staff are excellent leaders, and again, they bring people together to collectively get a job done.
What is leadership to you?
The action of leading a group or organization.
Who do you look up to for leadership?
I look up to Willie Ward. Been my role model since day one, ever since I met him.
Do they go?
What is leadership to you?
Leadership, who is a leader? I would say a leadership to somebody that's admirable, somebody that people look up to, that are well respected and intentionally do things for the good of people.
Who do you look up to for leadership?
Probably I look to my grandmama, who is no longer with us, but she was the most admirable person I know. She was the best person I know, and she always looked for the best in people.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching our video.